welcome to Blessed Violence.
Oh, yeah. Blessed Violence.
And welcome to this episode of Blessed Violence, as we're going to recap UFC Fight Night, Strickland versus Magomedov. Also, we have a lot of controversial things to talk about, like, is there Dagestani privilege in the UFC? Could Sean Strickland dethrone Israel Adesanya? And a lot more to come with that. But let's start off with the UFC Fight Night, as we're going to discuss the main card. And I actually enjoyed this fight night. I thought it was a better of the fight nights.
I thought it was great.
It was up there with them.
I think, what was the fight night? Was there a fight night last week? Or
There was one recently that was like off the chain.
what was the last pay-per-view? Was that Amanda?
It was Amanda.
Amanda Nunes.
The last one was Josh Emmett, right? Hold on.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
so the
Josh
last one was
Emmett
Josh
and
Emmett.
Il Taporia.
We have it. Wait, no, we don't have it right here.
I thought this was a better fight card than the last pay-per-view. That was my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
100%.
everything's getting compared to the Nunes pay-per-view now.
Yeah,
and
because
that's the only fight you remember.
Yeah,
It's not great.
I don't even remember what was on that.
But the cool thing
beforehand,
is,
but
there's only like two or three finishes.
yeah, there was 2 finishes on the main card, but the rest of the fights were so good. Or there were 3 finishes. Sorry, that first.
The
one
fights
down
were
there.
good. This was one that I was looking at. Like, I was like, "There's not big names, but this looks like it's gonna be a great fight card." And
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was. It really showed out. So
bunch
this
of great
first
fights.
this first fight, Bruno Ferreira and Rozbovov. Is that how you'd say that?
Hold on.
Rozbovov?
Let UFC site load.
Rozbovov?
Ruzaboyev.
Ruzaboyev.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick night in the office for Rozaboyev and Ferreira as he finished him
Goodness.
a minute and
Whoa.
17 seconds in the first round. This was
I honestly wasn't expecting it to end that soon.
this guy's good. This guy's from Uzbekistan, is somebody that you got to watch out for in the middleweight class. I don't know. I don't think that was his UFC debut. It was a close fight. I mean, it was.
No, it was Ferreira's, right? Let's see. This guy,
He's 35-8 at the age of 29.
29 years. No, it was his debut.
It was his debut.
Okay.
I thought it was his debut.
It
And
was one of their
he's a
debuts.
problem. He absolutely will be a problem as he fights up in the middleweight division. But,
Oh, yeah.
man, he come out, finished the night early, and he got it done. I was kind of watching, like trying to find newer people, because there's a lot of people making their debuts now. And I kind of try to go back and see previous fights, and this guy's good.
There is a lot of debuts recently.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
A lot
He
of
sat
newcomers.
him down, too.
Yeah, he
It
said
was like,
it was quick.
it's just one punch and he just
Yeah.
fell down. It
From-
was.
You don't see a lot of fighters from Uzbekistan, so Uzbekistan. So
Kinda
yeah,
built
that was-
funny.
Yeah, his guy. Look how long his arms are.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what-
like, look, it's big arm up top and then small arm
Yeah.
on the bottom.
he definitely works the biceps and triceps.
This is Blessed Violence, where we make fun of how
Yeah,
everyone looks.
we just make fun of how everybody's built. Man, yeah, he got it off pretty quick, and hats off. At first, I thought he was Dagestani, but no, he's Uzbekistan. So, yeah, he did well, man. I hope to see him fight again soon in the UFC. Now, I was really looking forward to this fight because if you don't remember, Bonfim's last fight was against Terrence McKinney, and he knocked him out with a knee.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, sweet, we could see him. But he got wrecked. And the odds were so off on this fight.
That's crazy.
With him being almost a 300 underdog and him being a 240, man, if somebody bet on St. Denis, man, they made some
I
pretty
think
nice
it's
cash.
pronounced Saint Denis.
St. Denis, okay, well,
I don't.
He's
I actually
French.
don't know.
he is for St. Denis.
It's Benoit Saint Denis.
That's named Benoit. I thought it was Benoit Saint
Maybe.
Denis.
Probably. I don't know.
Benoit
French.
Saint Denis.
Saint Denis.
That sounds French when I say it like that.
It's Benoit Saint Denis.
Is that how you're
No.
saying
It's
it?
about
Is
the
that
most
okay?
American
I was like, did
way
you
to
hear him
say that.
But to finish the fight with 12 seconds left in the round, the submission was pretty. Was it a rear naked choke submission? I'm trying to think. Because there was another submission on the card that I might be getting confused with.
What was the other?
It was on the prelims. prelims that we don't talk
Let's
about.
see.
Let me see.
I think it was a rear naked choke.
That's what I think it was a nasty
I
rear
think it
naked
was.
choke. Let me see here. It'll tell me. Okay, here we are. Benoit Saint Denis. Yeah, rear
Denis?
naked choke. So yeah, that it was a pretty nasty rear naked choke if I remember correctly. And,
Yeah.
he did really well. I expected this fight to be a lot closer than what it was, but the Frenchman come out and definitely got it done, guys. He got 2 takedowns in the first round. I didn't check see how much control time he had, but he's 11-1. He had 3 minutes of control time. So, yeah, he dominated that first round up winning it. But, yeah, he's 11-1 now. I love seeing the records where there's not a lot of losses because you know the guy has to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, to only have a couple losses is I can't believe that guy we talked about first has 30. He's 35-8-2. That's just crazy. This guy's 11-1 now. So, what weight class was this in? Lightweight.
Well,
okay.
Ismail, that's his second fight.
Yeah, he knocked out Terrence McKinney, which was crazy.
I mean, if that's your debut and you go in and just knock out Terrence McKinney,
Who is good. He's
like-
not a scrub.
yeah, they're gonna give you a better fight. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna give you a better man.
Now,
to
what
go
about this?
against.
What about the guy that won? Saint Denis. That's how I'm going to say his name. I've never heard of him, so okay.
Oh,
well,
he's relatively new.
Hold on,
I'm
let's
a-
see.
Oh, wait.
2021.
27.
2021.
I'm a
His debut.
scrub, dude. How do I not know this guy? Look, I mean, watch him. He has 4 fights.
Oh, okay.
He's 3-1 in the UFC.
Nice.
Wow.
He lost his first fight.
And all of his wins are by finishes. His only loss is by a decision. It was his.
I see a lot of people. They lose their first fight and then just go on this insane
Yeah.
winning streak.
He must have changed something up, man. He fights. Well, he fights regularly. So he fought twice last year, and this is his first fight this year.
When
so.
you lose, you get a stern talking to by Dana White.
I guess you do. It's like, dude, your job, especially when you lose your debut. Most of the time, when you have your debut, they're talking about, okay, this guy should win, and when you don't, it's kind of nerve wracking.
Yeah, that's
so you've got to reevaluate and go back. But now the Frenchman got it done, man. He looked great in this fight, and so excited to see him move up and fight again. This ladies' fight was pretty good. It was a close fight, super close fight.
It was very close.
Oh,
Now-
she rounded off at 100 strikes.
Yeah, it always shocks me when the person that lands the least amount of strikes wins. But she had 1 takedown and she
accurate,
defended 7
like that.
takedowns.
It was less accurate, but I mean only by 1%.
Yeah.
So can't really.
Which
She had less
these-
control time too.
these numbers aren't accurate anyway.
Her strikes were more damaging. That's what I mean. But she defended 7 takedowns, and that's what. Here's what gets me with the UFC is it seems like up until now they've not credited the takedown defense. You know what I mean? Like if somebody gets a takedown, it goes their way. But when you defend a takedown, I feel like you should just get as equal amount of
I wouldn't say
of
equal.
points.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's hard to defend a takedown against somebody
I would
that
say you should get some credit for it, but maybe not equal.
I look at it as equal because I think it's just as hard to keep the fight up when somebody's trying to take you down than to get somebody down when they're trying to stay up.
If they try for a takedown,
And they weigh the
That-
same thing.
that's
so
a risk there. So if you either get it or you don't, so it should be a point. I don't know. You can score
I
that.
think you should get. I mean, if you defend a takedown and
Let's say half a point.
no, come on, you gotta give them. Like even if they,
I think
like,
it
what
should. I think it should negate the fact. I just don't think that it should count for anything if it gets stuffed. It should just not count as a point for anybody.
you don't think that the lady who defended 7 takedowns shouldn't get some credit for defending
Well-
7
well,
takedowns?
she
How do you
got-
know she's good at taking down? Maybe she's just really bad.
Yeah.
Well, we could go look at her average takedown in a fight and see. I mean, she went 0-7,
What
so
if it's-
apparently she likes to go to the ground.
What if it's like Jorge Masvidal trying to take down someone? Like
Jorge Masvidal's not going to do that. That's the thing, though. That's not his fighting style. Let's look. Because
I think. Look, if you go for a takedown and get stuffed, the fact that you went for a takedown should get negated.
But the other person shouldn't get any, like, nothing?
I don't think it should be equal.
Are you kidding me right now?
I don't think it should equal the same. I don't think it should equal the same amount as a takedown.
Or maybe it should because they both take a lot of effort.
I think it's harder to take someone down than it is to stop a takedown.
But you gotta think you're both fighting for a position there. But you're fighting for a position that you're already in.
You've got
Wes completely flipped. He said it was worth nothing.
I like to
now
argue
it
both
should be
sides.
worth.
I like to argue both sides.
Well,
right?
here's my thing: is what you're 175, 180.
Yeah.
All right, to take me down to 220-pound guy, it would be hard for me to stop you.
Wait, how? It would be hard for me to take you down.
Yeah, but it would still be hard for me to stop you, even though I outweigh you by almost 40 pounds, right? But if I come to take you down, it's going to be harder on you because now you've got 40 extra pounds coming at you, and these people weigh the same thing. So there's none of that. I don't know. I think.
Okay, so maybe let's think about it this way. Think about it in terms of positions. Who wins the position? If let's say the girl in yellow wants to take it to the ground, and she is trying to take you down, but she doesn't win that position because it gets because you stuffed it, then that should account for a point.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I agree. Okay, Wes. It's 2-1 now. So I flipped
Okay.
Wes. Anyways,
Well,
I'm
let's
guessing
keep
that's how she
going.
won because she lost at every other stat. And I mean, watching the fight, it was a very close fight. It could have went either way. But I don't know. What are their names?
I didn't know who won, honestly.
Lipsky.
I was
Lipsky and
Lipsky
Gatto.
and Gatto.
Gatto. She related to Joe Gatto? Sorry.
No.
Practical Joker's joke. Anyways.
I was
But-
watching it. I was like, I don't know who won this fight.
Yeah, it was a toss-up. Either way, it was that close of a fight.
Yeah.
But she got it done. So.
It was split decision, so.
And this next fight was pretty good. And I'm telling you what, this Michael Morales guy is going to be a problem.
Oh, yeah. He was like, he's playing with him.
Yeah.
He was like, he was just
Here-
landing everything.
Here we are again.
He
This guy
just-
defended 8 takedowns and got one of his own. He didn't land that many strikes, and his accuracy was below 50%. Most of his strikes were significant strikes. But I agree with you. Watching the
But
fight,
see-
I was like, Michael Morales
his
should
confidence level was
Yeah.
very high.
The guy's
And
good.
just-
I mean, the other fights he's had in the UFC, he's undefeated. He's 15-0. Went up against Max
his
Griffin,
Second
who
fight? Or
third.
third?
So he fought Miles
Undefeated.
Gills, he fought Adam Fugit, and he fought Max Griffin, which is all pretty good people that
They're up
he's
and comers.
fighting. He's young too. He's like early 20s, I believe. Watch me be completely wrong. Yep,
24.
24. Where'd I get that from?
That's late.
Wow, debuted in January of
This-
last year.
Oh, the last year.
and he's got 3 fights in UFC. Hats off to that guy, man. He's doing
active.
well. And Max Griffith is not no scrub either, man. He can fight. I mean, he's 19-10, but
37.
he's 30. He's been in
Wow.
it for a while. He's got
He looks-
experience.
He looks younger than he is,
Yeah, and for
honestly.
Michael Morales to do what he did to an experienced guy who has over almost 30 fights and has fought Neil Magny, Carlos Condit. He's fought Cowboy Oliveira. He's fought some guys that we would know. He fought Alex Morano.
Moreno.
Trying to think of anybody else. He's fought Thiago Alves. He fought Mike Perry. He fought. So he's fought some guys that he fought Kobe Covington
And lost.
by. That was his debut. Why would you feed him Kobe Covington in his?
Well, I
debut?
mean that.
Well, where
at
was
that
Kobe
point,
Covington?
Yeah.
Kobe. That was
in 2016.
Probably, it was early in his career, I think. So
Let's find out. We're going down a rabbit hole.
Kobe hasn't fought in a very long time.
He's fought once in like the last 3 years, or like twice, probably.
Okay.
Oh, I passed.
Yeah. Okay. So we're right there. Now go down. So it's Kobe's
he
1,
was
2,
already-
3, 4, 5, 6 fight in the UFC.
Oh yeah.
This is where he
Submitted
started.
everybody.
So he was still normal Colby up through. This is why nobody knows him, is because he didn't flip until he fought Damian Maia. He fought Damian Maia in Brazil, and that's where the persona came out of I'm a trash talker because they were going to cut him.
And then he started fighting big names.
Yeah, they were going to cut him until he got up to that. So
Yeah.
But hey, that's all. Michael Morales is somebody that these welterweights going to have to watch because he's He's a stud. I love
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
this young talent come up, man. He's a stud. He's built kind of weird, too. He's got very long arms, long torso, long legs. He's a welterweight, so
He's
man.
a big
He'd be a
welterweight.
threat.
He is.
He's going to be a threat.
Yeah, he's going to be a threat. I'm excited to see him even more. I was pumped for this next fight. This co-main event, I was wanting Grant Dawson to come in and do what he did, and he had 12 and a half minutes of control time. Of
He
a
just
15-minute
destroyed him on the ground.
Yeah.
They were always on the ground.
fight. What made me aggravated is Demir. Is that how you say his first name?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks. Sure. Demir, he was talking so much trash. He's like, Justin Gaethje's an easy fight. Easy? Justin Gaethje, who hits like a Mack truck, is easy?
He lost to Grant Dawson.
That's why I was so happy. Grant Dawson come in and executed his game plan. People was like, oh, I hate these guys that are just backpack riders and yada, yada, yada. It's like, no, that's his style, and that's what wins fights.
It wins fights.
If you're not good enough to keep it on your feet, then get him off your back. Do something. Like, you've got to be better than the other guy. But I was happy. Number one, I was happy that he's a U.S. guy. So I was happy that he won because of that, right?
USA.
And then, USA. You know, we're Independence Day, baby. We're already celebrating. And then, I mean, Demir, man, he just aggravated me with his talk about Justin Gaethje before the fight. I was like, come on.
Before a fight, you don't talk about people that aren't your
Opponent. Yeah, I
opponent.
mean, it just shows that you're not even I don't even think he really focused on Grant Dawson that
He
much.
he probably thought he was going to go right through Grant Dawson, go straight to someone else higher
Yeah.
up. That's probably why he lost so bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he got down. I had it 30-27
oh yeah, easy.
because just control time and strikes. I was so happy Grant Dawson won it. I was cheering for him hard. You know, I hope to see him. Who's he fought in the UFC so far? He has a pretty nice record, 20-1 and 1. I'm telling you.
Wow,
20-1.
that's impressive.
Wow, he beat
Oh.
Madison. Madison's a heck of a wrestler too. There's the draw against Glenn. He looks like that guy looks like an accountant. Dawson, how do you draw against an accountant? He beat Jared Gordon, and Jared Gordon's not a scrub. I don't know the other guys.
No, but he also can't wrestle. So
Let's see.
he beat Erosa. I know who that is.
They need to start feeding him some.
Oh, Minor. Minor is down there. Minor, I don't think is fighting in UFC anymore because some gambling allegation. That's where like him. Remember, there was one fight card. The guy was such a big. He was fighting an Asian guy, and he was such a big favorite, and he finished him in like the first round. And his coaches, James Krause and all those, got in some trouble, and I don't know where the investigation is with that. But that, the Minor guy is who that is. But yeah, and look, he's not fighting no scrubs. Has he lost in the UFC? Is his one loss?
it doesn't look like it.
Is his one loss in or outside the UFC? It looks like it's outside of the UFC.
Yeah, I mean it has to be.
Yeah, how old is he? 29, young. ATT too. Good deal.
So,
He's been fighting UFC.
they
Since
they need to start feeding him some like ranked guys.
I think they will after that fight. I think.
Yeah.
He was ranked. He will be ranked now. Demir was ranked.
Was he?
Go look at the rank. I'm 100% sure he was.
What
I
weight
think
class
they
was
both
it?
ranked lightweight. I think Grant Dawson was 15. Yep, 15 and 12.
Really?
Yeah, there it is. So he'll bump up to 12. And
Oh,
man,
okay.
I'm
Wow.
telling you, he fights anybody above him. He's got killers. Dan Hooker,
I
Jalen
think
Dan
Turner.
he
Hooker
said,
Dan Hooker's fighting this weekend.
I think
he is.
So this is what he
stacked
said. He did the post-fight interview on TV, and they threw at him Jalen Turner
That's good.
or Dan Hooker, and they're fighting, right?
Yeah, those two
Those
are
two are
Yes.
fighting.
So
Oh, my
he said
goodness.
Winner of
that the
those?
winner of that
That would be
He
good.
has his eye on.
I'm
those.
telling you now, Grant Dawson, dude, he's got killers in front of him now because you got even the guy at 14. That lightweight is just stacked, man. I mean, as soon as you hit 15, you're getting into a bunch of killers, and then you hit the top 10, and you hit that top 5. That's some of the best guys fighting right now. My goodness gracious. So, okay, sweet.
Man.
Good deal. Let's go, Grant Dawson. Get some wins up there. Give him Armin or Gamrot. Give him somebody up there who could jump. But, yeah, that would be
They'll
cool.
probably give him
the winner
either
of
Jalen or Dan Hooker.
that would be a good fight. That's a stylistic matchup. the wrestler versus striker there. So yeah, hats off to him. I'm so glad he won that fight. So, all right, Wes, let's talk about.
So for this one, let's discuss the fight first.
Yeah, then we'll get into.
And then let's talk about Abus. And then Strickland, because Strickland is a heavy subject.
It's
in
a
that.
really heavy subject.
There's a lot of controversial things that
All
Wes
right.
Strickland
thinks.
is my man.
Yeah.
Love this
Anyways,
We know.
the fight. The first round, I was scared for Strickland, so I thought Sean was going to win by decision.
Me too.
I think we all did.
And in the first round, I thought it was going to be a close fight. In the first round, I was like, "Oh my goodness, this Abus guy is actually pretty good."
The leg kicks were scaring me.
Yeah,
You know, his coaches after that first round, they're like, they told him, they're like, you might not have won that round, but don't worry about it because you're more of a 3-4-5 winner.
told Sean that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they told
Yeah,
Sean
that's where
that.
Sean does his best work
I don't know if
as
y'all-
the fight goes on.
I don't know if y'all saw, but most of the strikes that Abus was throwing weren't landing. They were hitting glove.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
And if you look at his face after round one, it was all red. Because
Yeah.
that's all Sean does is he throws that jab
Yeah,
and
he
it
picks you.
lands.
Well, I thought the only thing that scared me was the head kick that landed on Sean.
Yeah, that
was
scared me.
that was the only thing that scared me. It was just it seemed like Abus was more active in the first round. He was throwing more.
I think Abus thought he was going to do what he did in his first fight and go and just run through Sean.
Yeah, and you can't. Sean.
That might have been why he tired out so quick.
Number
But I
one-
mean, Sean also contributed to that.
Sean's mental state is different, right? Yeah, and we could see
I
that.
think
by
he
the way
changed
talks.
something.
So the Alex Pereira fight was a lot different for Sean, but look at his fights before and after that. He doesn't get caught that much. Alex Pereira is just a beast of nature. But anyways, getting back to the actual fight, going to that second round, I was texting you guys. I mean, Sean was just lighting him up in that second round, and
Oh,
finally,
yeah.
Abus came out tired.
he was breathing. Sean,
He was mouth breathing.
yeah, when your mouth is open in the second round, like you come out in the second round, you've only fought 5 minutes. You still got 20 minutes of
Yeah.
fighting, and you're like, dude, you're done. Like,
That's-
you're not finishing the
yeah,
fight.
That's where the
no.
sparring comes into
Yeah.
play. This guy does not do like pad work or anything.
No, he's,
This guy straight up
'Cause, like,
spars.
yeah.
The last
the time.
the last like 3 fights I've seen with Sean Strickland, he's like round 5 and he's still just like
Breathing out of his nose.
He's
it looks
so
like he
calm.
just started.
Incredible.
He's so calculated and
Yeah.
calm and collected.
So
so good.
my assessment on Abus was overhyped and underperformed in this one. Absolutely, he has
He was
no
way
business
overhyped.
being
He-
with a top 10 middleweight.
I don't think
right
he
now.
even had hype to begin with.
Wait,
he
he
didn't
finished-
have hype until this fight.
He finished the guy in
Well,
19
no.
seconds, his first fight, and then Sean steps up. I was like, I'll fight the guy.
His hype was so shallow though.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was
very
he was
sha-
still overhyped to me. He underperformed.
This is it's literally proof of
Where
the
did he fight
UFC
out of?
pushing a dude
He's-
that has even a little bit of potential.
yeah.
Let's see. Where does he fight at? Okay.
That's his place of birth.
That's
know
place
where-
of birth?
Yeah, I don't know where he fights out of.
He fights out of
It doesn't-
Germany
Yeah, he fights
He-
out of Germany.
Yeah,
or identifies as a German.
he's German. So he's not even Dagestani. Like
But he
He's
was
not
he was
part of it.
born he was born in Russia. So
Yeah,
you
but
could say
not-
it's pretty close.
but not Dagestan.
Yeah, he wasn't born in Dagestan.
So, like, I don't know where the hype is.
it was the 19. I mean,
There's
'cause
no Dagestani privilege.
It's the
with
last
him.
name. If you have any
Magomedov.
name
That is the
nearly
only
close.
That is the only reason people were looking at him because
I mean, the guy's
he has-
25-5-1. He has a heck of a record too. I mean,
Oh,
31
yeah.
fights with 25 wins is pretty impressive. But the UFC is a different animal. and
UFC
you throw
is
him against,
completely different.
You throw him against a guy that's Sean Strickland.
they threw him
that's
against a
an
guy
animal.
who's not really known for knocking people out
And he got-
and
he got
get
finished.
knocked out.
Yeah.
Like that's
The UFC pushed him so, and we've seen the UFC push other people. Like Sage Northcutt was pushed so hard, and his career fizzled out. Paige Van Zant was pushed so hard, her career fizzled out. And there's other people who have. Who's another one? Macy Barber, who's now getting her career back on track to where it should be.
Yeah.
She was pushed so hard. So, and it's sad. Look at poor Darren Till, man. I mean, was 17-0, was pushed so hard, fought for the title, lost, and now he's 1-5 since that title fight. So
Yeah,
the UFC does this to people. They kind of ruin people that they push, and hopefully he's able to
I mean,
bounce back.
it's a money thing.
Yeah,
they do it to get money, and then
I mean, USA, a red-blooded American guy like Sean versus a guy from Russia, you're going to get those red-blooded Americans like, oh yeah, let's go, Sean, let's beat that guy. You know?
Really?
So
really guy from Germany.
yeah, guy from Germany. I mean, and there you have it again. I mean, 2-time World War champ, so you could play that in there, but still, they threw him out. And the UFC does that so many times too. I hope Abus gets his career back on track. But
I do hope good things happen for him, but
he's got to fight his way up. That
That's
is the
the
best
thing.
way to do it.
that is my number one frustration with
Yeah.
the UFC is whenever they say, "Oh, this guy is so good, he's gonna go through a tear in the UFC," and then throws him up to like the top 5.
Yeah.
Gives him a fight after one.
And
It's like,
it-
what is
Look
this?
at Sean's picture.
Yeah, he's just it
just
blows
like,
my
hey.
mind because they don't do that with everyone though, and I don't understand. Like, look at Islam.
give-
Islam, and I'm not his biggest fan, but he didn't fight anybody in the top because nobody wanted to fight him because he was so good, and so
He was
But
actually
he also
good.
he actually
he's a
fought he
champion.
fought around in the
he did
bottom a
fight
little
around.
bit.
Look at Izzy. Izzy fought everyone coming up, beat them.
Yeah.
Stipe Miocic fought everyone coming up, champion of the world at one point. And you see these guys. I mean, who else?
Jamal Hill.
Jamal Hill had
Yeah.
fought everyone. He didn't skip the line. Who's it? What? Leon Edwards fought everyone.
That's a
Didn't skip
that's
the line.
that's a big part in being like growing and being a better fighter.
Yeah.
Being in the fight game,
Because if you just jump straight to the top, you're not like you're just losing all the time. You're not like
you need
I
to
mean
grow
you can
with it.
learn from it, but
Yeah.
you're not progressively
I mean-
getting better.
Look at Alex Pereira. I mean, he fought 2 guys no one knew. Then he fought Sean, which was a big jump for me, but he knocked Sean out. Then he went to win the championship. So the hype was real there. Then he lost. Now he's going somewhere else, of course. but
Alex Pereira was like a little bit of a
Anomaly.
unicorn, or
yeah, he's an anomaly, but he
Yeah.
He still fought. What, he had like 2 or 3 fights before Sean.
2 or
Which
3, yeah,
he proved
maybe 3.
He
actually,
proved
since you
himself
said
in those fights, saying that he's still the same guy, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like,
I mean, this guy
I
had
have
we've only
Izzy,
seen 19
you know.
seconds of this guy, and they throw him against a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Bad call in the UFC.
Yeah, that
and
was
you could
horrible.
definitely.
This
tell
is
it. You could
this is
definitely
probably the
tell it.
worst I've seen ever. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, he
bad.
hasn't proved that
Like-
he was good enough to do that yet.
31
say-
fights, 25. That's good,
Yeah.
but not in the UFC.
You
though,
have
know
to
what I mean?
you have to prove yourself in the UFC.
Yeah, the UFC is the top of the top. So
now you could say Hamzat Shemaev, but that guy, he had like 4 fights and didn't get touched.
yeah, he's
Which
he's an
that's
anomaly.
an anomaly too.
Yeah.
And then you give him Gilbert
Yeah, but
Burns, and then
Hamzat
he
did
wins.
actually fight a few guys down like
yeah, he
low,
did. He
and
did.
then
Like you said, he fought 3 guys. Got touched 1 time. Fought Gilbert Burns. Got
And
punched
then-
119 times.
Yeah, it's
only
like,
because Gilbert was the only one that accepted a
Exactly.
fight.
And he's an anomaly. I mean, there's 2 guys we've talked about there that are anomalies. You can't really name anybody else.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so
now
All right, let's talk about Sean.
okay.
you could also
Yeah.
say that maybe he didn't have another fight offer because nobody wanted to fight him down in those ranks. You could also say that. That's
I don't
why
know.
they gave Sean a lot of money.
That's true. I mean,
Sean
Sean
did
deserves
get-
to get paid. When you fight somebody that's
Yeah.
unranked and you're ranked, you're taking a huge risk.
But
And
Sean,
he got a bonus.
I know Sean has said this before. He said that he just wants to fight. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
wait because he said he can either wait after the Cannonier fight. He said he can either wait for a higher opponent because everyone up there is fighting, or he can just accept the next unranked guy, and that's it.
He gets paid if
Yeah,
he fights.
he
So
gets paid.
Yeah, and he said he's broke. So
Yeah,
the guy
he's
is straight
honest
up.
about it.
he rode a motorcycle to
He
the
literally rode it. Literally, nobody
To the
with him
Apex.
rode a motorcycle to the Apex.
Guy's
Literally
nuts.
hopped on it and rode back.
The guy's nuts. Okay, so let's talk about Sean. So Wes has some interesting opinions, which I'll let you share. I'm not going to share. Your
I think
opinion.
Sean could unanimously beat Izzy in a
ridiculous.
decision.
there's
It's
been
ridiculous.
There's been one man that was able to stand with Izzy, and that's Alex. And when you do MMA math, which you can have your own opinions on MMA math, their common opponent, Izzy's common opponent, and Sean Strickland's common opponent is Alex, right? that's one common opponent. And what we see is Izzy knocked Alex out. Alex knocked Izzy out in the UFC. That's all I'm staying with in the UFC. Alex knocked Sean out pretty quick.
So here's the thing. Izzy fights differently than Alex.
He does, absolutely, and I think
So
it's
that
a worse
math
match.
doesn't really work.
I think it's a worse matchup for Sean than it is. Like, I think it's worse for him.
Now, Izzy, I think people sleep on Sean too much.
I think Sean's great. I think he's a top 5 middleweight
I think
talent.
they
but
I just think
underestimate.
Izzy's better.
I think look,
I think Sean has some combos. Sean has decent-ish power.
he has good hands, but what else does he use?
I honestly think
He
that
has decent jiu-jitsu. It's just we never really see it.
I can see Izzy having more ways to win than Sean does if they fought.
Really.
Sean never uses his legs, and that's where I think would get him in trouble with Izzy.
That's a good take. I don't
'Cause
think he ever
would
kicks.
I think Izzy beat the snot out of his legs.
Yeah. That could be it.
Because my thing is, and nothing against Sean, I think he beat Jared Cannonier in their fight. I think he should have got that victory. I thought
Sean
he won
was
3-2.
Sean was getting hit with a bunch of leg kicks that were
That's-
hurting
So
against
that's-
Abus.
That's
Yeah.
the thing is
So-
if this fight happens ever, this title shot
I think
with
it
Sean.
should. I
It
mean,
should.
I think Izzy, if he's smart about it, he would look at this fight and take away the one thing, the leg kicks.
yeah.
If
Which
he
he
can,
will.
if he can jump on that powerful leg kick, because Sean
I
had
don't think
trouble
he
checking
needs to
them.
look at this fight. I think he learned pretty quick in their fight.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh,
I'm
he's
just
not
saying,
checking
like,
any of my kicks. I'm just gonna
saying,
keep kicking."
any of his film sessions, if he's wanting
Yeah.
to learn about his opponent, he should notice that one. That's the one major thing.
In the top 5, there are 2 people I don't think Sean beats: Rob and Izzy. Everyone else, I think he could beat. I think he beat Jared. I think he did beat Jared. I think he beat Paulo Casa. I think he could
Vittori.
beat.
I would like to see him against Vittori since
Vittori?
Vittori's coming off a loss.
I think he would beat Vittori pretty bad, to be honest with you.
Me
I
too.
think-
Especially the
think
way,
so.
especially the way
Yeah.
Cannonier beat him.
I overrated Vittori striking against Cannonier, and I was wrong for that. So.
Well, Cannonier also stepped it up too.
They need to run it back with him and Cannonier.
It was such a recent fight, though. that
It was.
Yeah.
It
They
won't
can't.
sell. They won't have that much.
Cannonier's not going to take that fight either.
No, Cannonier's waiting for the belt now. After he beat Izzy, after he beat,
I think
excuse me,
rightfully so.
Vittori.
Vittori, and I think he should be next in line. Well, you have Rob and Duplessis, but this
Thing is, if Rob wins, do you give Rob another title shot?
Or
my
do you
goodness,
throw
who
Cannonier?
earns it? Who has earned it more than Rob? Man, he's beat everyone.
Cannonier.
Yeah, it's
Cannonier. Literally.
If they do that, then Rob has beat everyone in the top 6. I think besides Izzy, and I don't know if he's ever fought Paulo Casa. Actually, I think he has fought Paulo Casa, and he beat him. I can't.
Rob?
No.
No.
Vittori beat Paulo Casa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's not fought Paulo Casa, which that could be a great fight. But that's all. Rob's just going to win and be like, all right, I've cemented. I need to fight Izzy again because their second fight was super close.
If you can separate yourself
What's up
from
with
the
all these
group
top
that
2 guys?
much,
Like,
It's crazy.
if you can separate yourself that much, then you should get a third fight.
And I think if he beats Duplessis,
he will.
he's already separated himself. but
Duplessis
he's just-
is also somebody that is pushed by the UFC.
yeah, but
He's good,
He's
but-
he's had a good amount of fights though. So,
yeah.
but hats off to Sean Strickland, man. What a win!
I love
what
to
a
see
statement.
the win. The win is great
Yeah.
to see.
I will say, I honestly think a fight between him and Izzy would be a very boring fight.
They're both kind of counter strikers, so
Yeah.
it's like
Izzy doesn't, as a champ, Izzy does not pursue.
No, you're
Because
right.
his thought is, you got to take the belt from me.
And he's right. But then
So-
again, you've got to win as well.
And, I mean, Sean always steps forward, but
Sean
then,
walks
like,
him down, and if he gets him against the cage, it could be Alex Pereira situation. I don't know.
yeah,
they
you're
fight
talking about
similar.
when Alex got knocked out? Yeah, that might be happening. Sean might get knocked out.
Oh, man, that'd be crazy. But hats off to Sean. What a great fight night
Never know.
that we saw this past weekend. All right, on to some news.
Let's figure this out. There are some fight announcements.
Yeah, let's go here.
Let's see.
What do we got going on here?
I can't remember any of them.
Wes is just gonna have to react to
Yeah.
Oh, Henry Cejudo out of
Yeah, due to
UFC
injury.
292.
That's sad. We got a ladies fight in the flyweight on September 16th. Tracy Torres, Brian Ortega's ex, and Jasmine Jasdevikus. I was close.
Jessa Duviscus.
Okay, I was close. Yeah.
I don't know.
We've got a welterweight fight coming up on September 16th. Rachmanov versus Kelvin Gastelum.
Shavkat and Kevin. That's a good one.
Yeah. Another women's flyweight I don't think we talked about was Erin Blanchfield and Talia Santos. Whoever wins that will fight for the belt next.
What you didn't mention is they threw that Kevin Gastelum fight in there, and they threw in another one for a Mexican card on Mexican Independence
and
Day.
it's a fight night. It's Alex Grasso versus Alexa Grasso,
versus Shevchenko.
Shevchenko for the belt. Here's the thing.
On a fight night. That's insane.
It's very hard to find champions. Actually, you can't find any men champions. The only Amanda did it, immediate rematch and won her belt back. Let's see if Valentina can do it too.
I kind of hope she does. I feel.
I don't know. I like Grasso. I like a lot. I like both of these ladies. I've watched Valentina for a long time, but it's so cool to see someone else as champion for a little bit.
Yeah,
I know. I want her to have reign over that division for a minute, and then we can get Macy Barber up there, get a little heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's 125ers. So
Michael Chandler believes he will still be fighting Conor.
that fight's not happening.
It's not.
It's not. I'm telling you. And I don't know
Conor-
why Michael is not smarter about this. Here's the thing. Conor's next fight is Michael Chandler. And Chael Sonnen said this. I'm going to give him credit. Conor's next fight is Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
Michael's next fight doesn't have to be Conor. He could fight anyone. He's the active one. He's the one that's in USADA.
Yes.
Get your money, man. Make Conor chase you. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing is Conor is holding him hostage.
He's letting him hold him hostage. Michael could say, you know what? I want to fight this guy. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight this guy.
He
And
needs
get it
to do
done.
that, but
He does. He needs to let the Conor thing go. Make Conor chase him because I'm telling you,
he's not getting paid.
that's a good.
He's not getting paid until he fights.
Yeah.
He got paid for the tough stuff, but
Yeah.
I guess
Maybe that's why he's
I don't know
holding out.
how the money works there. I don't know if it's just while they're filming or if he's getting revenue off of the showings but still
The
he's not
UFC
getting paid until he
UFC
fights.
Paid Conor a lot, which
Well, of
I don't
course
know if
they
I
do.
watched. Did I watch? Yeah, I watched last week's episode.
There's
It's this week's episode that they get into a shoving contest.
yeah,
really?
which
Which
already,
thinking Twitter ruined it for
they-
me. I already
they
know
leaked-
who won. I was like, what
Yeah.
the junk, guys?
How
Come
do you-
on.
they leaked the footage.
Oh,
They
did
leaked
they?
the footage, and I know
I
who
mean,
won.
I
I'm not saying,
indulged-
which
I
I'm angry
indulged, I
about.
watched
But
it.
I don't want to know yet, but Rachmanov versus Gastelum.
We
Yeah.
just mentioned that.
Did we?
yeah, when you were searching stuff on your
Oh,
phone, I mentioned
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Is
let's
that that's the
That's on the
the
Mexican
Mexican
card.
Independence Day card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Brady out of UFC 290.
No
Oh, yeah.
way.
No, he was fighting
He was
Jack
fighting
Della
Jack.
Maddalena.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you knew about that.
That's right. Well, I didn't know he was the opponent, but did you
So-
see who they got to fill him?
Oh, hold on.
Josiah Harrell.
Yeah.
Really?
And so there was a couple weeks ago in LFA, the guy went for a takedown and busted the cage door
Through
open.
the
That's
oh.
Josiah Harrell. That's the guy.
I saw that. I didn't
Here's
know
my
he was
thing.
filling.
Why throw him at a killer? Like, my goodness. Why have him fight against Jack
His-
Mellon?
It's his debut.
Della Maddalena.
Delamande, whatever. I
Della
can't say his name. I'm excited
Maddalena.
right now. But my goodness, why are you putting him against Jack? Jack's a killer, and I'm scared Jack's just going to storch him in the first round.
Jack is like he's gonna grab that title.
Oh my!
He's gonna
goodness.
get it.
Oh, he's
That's-
such a dark horse for the title right now. I'm so scared for the
I love
Josiah
that
Harrell
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's.
But
much
I know
more.
Kevin Holland was talking about fighting.
else is there?
Fighting.
Yeah,
him.
he said he would fight
he'd fight him
and then go fight.
and then go fight another dude, Michael Chiesa.
So Kevin Lee made his return and got flatlined in 55 seconds by a guy that's 20-1. It's just crazy. They threw him to the wolves. So I don't know if there's much.
Trying to.
There hasn't been too much going
No,
on.
not much. I mean,
Just a lot of Sean Strickland saying ridiculous
Yeah.
stuff.
they
Maybe not too
there's
ridiculous, but
not been a whole lot.
Cheeto Vera got a new fighting partner.
Yeah, I thought Cheeto
Who's
was
he
going to
fighting?
step up and fight. Who was Henry supposed to
So
fight?
Henry was supposed to fight Cheeto.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Cheeto is out due to shoulder injury.
No,
Henry is.
Henry is.
Okay.
Henry.
Cheeto's still fighting.
I thought it was
They're
Cheeto,
trying
and
to-
I was like,
they're
why
trying
did
to
they
find
line
a-
him up another
They're trying to
fight?
find a guy for Cheeto.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I
So
think
who's Cheeto fighting now?
Cheeto? We
When
don't.
no,
that's
hold
in
on,
August.
Hold on, yeah.
That one's in August.
They're at 292.
Yeah, they don't have it. It's right there. The O'Malley. I don't think they have a guy for Cheeto yet. See,
Yeah, it's
Ah.
still showing Cejudo.
man,
I
if
thought they
Song-
were-
If Song was open, that would be an
Ooh.
amazing fight right there.
Song and Font.
Yeah.
Oh,
This card is stacked, my guy.
Yeah, that one's.
this
Oh yeah.
man,
I mean,
this
look at all
August card, man.
Yeah, it's
Speaking of stacked
Hey,
cards,
we got RoboCop.
yeah. Speaking
we
of
wanna-
stacked cards, let's go ahead and make our predictions
let's
for
just go
UFC
ahead.
290. Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. Let's see the fights here because there are some.
let's start from the
Banger.
very beginning.
Oh my goodness, no, we can't do that.
Well, we don't have to predict it, but
Esteban.
let's just
see.
name.
Camille
Okay,
Burke,
so-
Esteban.
I like Camilo
these are early
Clark.
prelims.
Early prelims right here.
Some like
Some.
Yeah.
some
Okay.
But why?
that guy from Japan, he's at minus 1200.
Really?
Okay,
Yes.
so
He is
He's-
good. He's a guy to watch out for. He's a
Okay.
guy to watch out for.
Tatsuro Taira.
Yeah, he usually fights bantamweight, I think. Bantam or flyweight, but he's a guy to watch out
Ah.
for. He's good.
But this is a
All right,
catch
let's
weight
look at
belt,
this first
so-
fight.
All right, Jimmy
Crew,
Crew,
Alonzo
Man-
Menifeld. That's opening the
Oh.
prelims.
That's opening. That's going to be a good fight.
Give me Manifield.
That's
And
gonna be a good
then Yasmin versus
Yorugi.
Denise Gomez.
fight. That should be. I've seen both of those ladies. That's gonna be pretty good.
And then
There's our boy.
Jack Della Maddalena versus
Starched.
Josiah.
I'm not
He's
voting
starching that
against
guy.
him.
Yeah,
poor
he's
guy.
gonna
Poor
not-
Josiah Harrell.
Jack's
I
gonna win.
appreciate his
All the way.
toughness, but man, he's gonna get rocked.
And then the featured prelim,
It's-
Robbie Lawler versus Nico Price.
And this was Robbie's last
This is
fight.
just prelims.
This is prelims, my guy.
You're kidding me. We gotta stop.
no,
We
yeah,
gotta watch the
like
prelims.
just the prelims
we
could be
gotta
a
watch the prelims.
just the prelims could be a main card on a fight night.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is awesome.
Dude, this is Robbie Lawler's retirement fight, man. Oh my goodness,
Let's-
it's gonna be so.
And
sad.
then
Yeah.
to open up the main card,
Bo Nickel, who is a 1,300 favorite
why?
against Reese Gore, and the only reason Gore is on this is because of who he's fighting.
Oh yeah,
Bo Nickel's another guy they're pushing.
They're pushing hard.
pushing him, but
he's
I-
kinda. We've only seen one real test, and he kind of
it's like he's fighting on pay-per-view main cards,
Yeah.
but he's like bringing up other.
Yeah,
really.
like
They should have switched him
up-and-comers.
with Jack.
I agree.
I agree with
Jack
that.
has more fights.
Yeah,
Yeah, but didn't Bo Nichols say that he wasn't fighting unless it was a main of?
I think
main
he
card?
knows
He's
how
got-
big his following is. He knows how big his following
Yeah,
is.
he know Dana loves
Yeah.
him too.
Yeah.
All right, and then the next one, Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker.
Oh, what a
Oh.
banger, dude!
That's
And I-
gonna be
as
good.
much as I love Dan Hooker. I'm riding with Jalen on this one. I think Jalen Turner
Really?
wins this fight.
Man,
I can
close
I
fight.
can see that.
I think Jalen
gonna
Turner's
be
a
close.
menace, dude.
I like. I'll vote for the United Statesian.
I love Dan Hooker, but man, it's hard to go against him.
Next one, Robert Whitaker
Bobby Nuggets.
versus yeah.
I'm going Bobby Nutt. Oh, Duplessis is ranked fifth now. So
They bumped him up. Yeah,
Vittori must have dropped out of the top 5 then.
Ah,
He had to.
we
have.
can look at
big
that
loss.
in a second.
Big loss.
And then the
So,
next
I
one,
think that's still a good fight though. Man,
Brandon
Co-main.
Moreno all the way.
Brandon
All the
Moreno's
way.
lost to this guy 2 times.
Yeah,
He's a
but
different beast now.
He's a different
He's a
beast.
different person.
Brandon Moreno is one of my favorite fighters,
He's
I got
my
Moreno.
favorite.
and I'm riding with him. I think he
Look how
wins by
close it is.
decision.
I have a lot of favorite fighters.
Yeah, I think he wins
They're
by
all
decision.
named Sean.
Yeah.
Besides Brandon.
And then the main.
Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous for this fight
So-
because I think
I got Alex.
I'm going with Alex, but I think it's gonna be a close fight. I think it's gonna be a tough fight like the Islam fight.
I think it would be
Really?
pretty tough too.
Yeah, I think it's a tough test for Alex.
As long as it stays on the feet, this will be Alex's toughest fight
yeah.
on
I-
the feet.
Well, and on the ground, dude. Rodriguez is a beast.
Really?
Yeah,
You
he's a
think-
beast. He's won his last 2 by submission.
Alex,
Oh.
Why he was on the bottom.
I think okay.
I'm nervous. I'm
This is-
nervous for Volkan.
Alex
this fight.
was
This is a
piecing
lot.
up Max Volkanov. Oh no, Max Holloway.
Max Volkanov. Here's what makes me nervous: is his eye is on Islam. So I don't. But he's not. He said he's not overlooking Yair, which is good. But then I go back to their common opponent, Max Holloway, who Alex has beat 3 times, and Max pieced Yair up. Well, I don't want to say pieced. It was a closer fight. I think Max won 4-1. But then, man, if you go back and watch the Islam fight, Islam had super success with kicks and knees, and Yair is nuts with his knees and his kicks.
You watched that Josh Emmett fight? Dude, I'm surprised Josh Emmett did not stinking puncture a lung.
I'm telling you, Yair is going to give Volk a tough test, but I think Volk comes out victorious.
I'll be honest. I'm kind of hoping Yair comes out there and gives him a run.
If he does, I think Volk goes up and beats Islam because he doesn't have a belt to fall back on.
Yeah.
And he knows he can do it.
I'm actually a huge fan of Volk.
I am.
I really like him.
Volk's one of my favorite fighters too. I have multiple.
Yeah.
I have multiple, and
I just love good fights.
I have one in every division.
Yeah, I like Rob, Brandon, and Alex are some of my top favorite fighters right now.
Oh yeah,
so I love both these guys though. So
I'm pretty pumped for UFC 290.
I just want a really good fight.
Yeah. I just can't believe
this card is so stacked.
Robert Whitaker's about to fight 3 rounds. Something that's not happening in a very long time. I don't remember the last time he went in a main event.
Hey, I mean, his cardio is going to be insane.
25-6, dude.
His cardio is going to be great. He's going to come out swinging.
Main event. Or no. That was a 3-rounder against Vittoria. I was wrong. His last fight was a 3-rounder.
Oh,
wow.
That was it?
And wow, I was really off. So his fight against Cannonier was a 3-rounder.
Yeah.
Okay. You know that
you just
I know I
were
put my foot in
completely
my mouth.
wrong.
So you know what's crazy here is since 2014, Rob's only lost to one guy 2 times. That was Izzy. Since 2014, we're talking about 8 years. This man has not lost to anyone outside of Israel Adesanya.
He hasn't even fought that much afterwards. Though.
When was his last loss before Izzy?
It was in the welterweight division when he was down at welterweight. I was looking at it earlier today. He lost to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson by KO. 2000
by KO.
Yeah,
2014.
Thompson tore him up. If you watch that fight,
Man,
Wonderboy is also like my favorite fighter.
Yeah, he lost to Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I think he lost to Gilbert Burns, or no, he lost to Court McGee.
Yeah,
and I want to. Nope, he never fought Gilbert Burns. Eli, you're an idiot again. But man, since he's moved up to middleweight, he's been one of the best.
He's been
So, man, I'm so excited to see these
guys.
It's
gonna be great.
I'm so pumped. UFC 290 is gonna be great. So look, watch
the
UFC 290. You will not be disappointed. This is a stacked card, one of the best cards of the year.
I don't think it can go wrong.
No, International Fight Week, baby.
You can't.
It's International Fight Week, so make sure you watch it. But hey, subscribe to us at YouTube at Blessed Vines Podcast. Follow us on our Instagram page at Blessed Vines Podcast, and also give us a 5-star review on our podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, all of our other platforms as well. So give us a 5-star review there and listen to us next week as we're coming at you with a recap of UFC 290. Thank you and have a great week.